heart bleed tonight. I am sad tonight. I don't have a job to find. And if I work tonight, if I'm so tired tonight, I'll fall asleep when I'm home. When I'm home. I was just so far from here, focused on my own way, with never looking back to those who lived in fear. There was nothing I could do, there was nothing you said that could make me realize how much lucky I was. Just out of reach of the fire, was not aware of the nightmare. But when I stopped to see through sight, begging for help, begging for hope, just need to open my eyes down to try to change them to sunshine, to be someone among others. I've got to try. If
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome live here tonight, Talladega Super Speedway. And that's right, we're about to see some bad fast boys and some awesome monster trucks taking around this Super Speedway track here tonight for the Sim500 Monday Night Money Winter Series. And the trucks, well, I'm Joe White for OSRNetwork up here live in the booth, and I'm accompanied by Logan Clampett, none other than a man who was a pro driver extraordinaire. Logan, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Man, I am doing great. I appreciate you coming up here on such a short notice here, and I hate to, I hate it was a short notice, and I hope Harrison out there, who is normally up in the booth with me here, is feeling very well, and hope he starts to get feeling better. But I tell you, I apologize off. I know you told me, said it was kind of funny. You chuckled when I said I didn't know who you were, and you're a pro driver. Obviously, I know some of them, and I do watch the Pro Series. And first and foremost, you said you were the runner-up, and I want to congratulate you on that one, as always. But, man, that'll be great. You can give us some insight on what you see these drivers, and what do you feel we're going to see here tonight at Talladega with these trucks?
Well, I feel like we're going to see a lot of three-wide racing with the draft package on the service. So it's going to be a really exciting race full of really exciting racing. So I can't wait to get this started.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'll tell you what, we're in the middle of qualifying right now. Soon we'll get around this track here tonight. I want to appreciate everybody tuning in here live as I'm going to watch these boys, the Sim500 crowd here in the Monday Night Money in the Winter Series. As we've only got a couple more races, and we start the chase here also. So these guys are trying to gear up, get all the wins that they can. We've got some big names in here you might be familiar with. Malik Ray, one of them out there. Trying to look and see if we got Michael Guest. That's another big one in there. But, you know, this thing is star-studded. I mean, we got a lot of great names in this here. And I know you're probably familiar with a couple of them out there. Anybody you most know of in the lineup here?
Yeah, I'm pretty familiar with Malik, Chad, Byron Daly, and Justin Fuller, Jordan Hightower, EJ O'Rourke. A few of those guys, they're all pretty good drivers, and you're going to have to watch out for them in tonight's race.
Yeah, absolutely. And I tell you, it's going to be something else to watch here. Talladega Super Speedway. And when they say Super Speedway, they mean it. The high banks here. High speeds, high power, a lot of drafting, 2x2, side-by-side racing. These boys will get it done here. I call them the monster trucks, Logan, because, hey, they're just about like monsters. I call the cup cars the monster cars because those things have a lot of power to them.
Yeah, the trucks for sure you can bang them with them, and you just eat each other's doors off, and they'll be perfectly fine. So I personally really like the truck on the service. It's a lot of fun to drive. Yeah,
no doubt about it. Definitely is one of these things. Well, folks, like I say, we're getting geared up here. Get your refreshments. Get everybody in the house, calm down, relax, and say, look, we're about to go racing here live at Talladega for the Sim500 Monday Night Money Winter Series. And like I always say, Logan, I know you're new to it here, but I always tell everybody, hey, buckle down the seatbelt and the recliner. And if you have a seatbelt in your recliner, please shoot me a picture of that, because I really don't understand why in the world you would have it. But either way, tell the neighbor be quiet. We're about to go racing. It looks like Jordan Hightower's the man on pole as of right now, taking that spot, because we're still in the middle of qualifying here. Who's your favorite out here tonight? What you looking for?
Since Jordan Hightower is a pretty big name, as Malik actually just took the pole from him, but Jordan's a pretty good super speedway racer in my mind, so I'm going to go with him. But usually anyone can win here at Talladega Super Speedway, so we'll just have to see what happens. There are a lot of great drivers in this series, so I just, again, can't wait to get this started. And yeah, Malik has the pole here by about 5 1,000ths with 20 seconds left in qualifying.
Yeah, 20 seconds, and we're about to grid these boys up here. And they're going to get it done. Some high speed, and you're right there. Malik Ray, that's another name here. He missed last week. I don't know if they have any drop weeks here. I'm going to have to get up with old Joey Katina out there who is in the field. But you're right. Talladega brings about it. Even though we talk, I talk, week in and week out about the superstars and the names out here, anybody can pull this thing off here tonight and be a winner. Because I call this kind of a wild card track, and it's going to be interesting to see as we're getting gridded up here. And I'm going to go ahead and go here on pole tonight. Malik Ray outside there in second place. Jordan Hightower, third place man James Pescarella. Fourth place Steve Gottschalk. We got fifth place Nicholas Cohan. Sixth Justin Fuller. Seventh Thomas George. Eighth place Chad Coleman. Ninth Jose Gonzalez sitting there and around out the top 10. Brian Boris Cook. As I look through the rest of this field, Logan, like I say, it's a who's who of star-studded names.
Oh yeah, you can easily just get through the front, get to the front here at Talladega. It's nothing too hard. So we'll just have to see who starts in the back. Like Byron Daly or Joe Hudson, Nathan Bowers. Any of those guys. EJ O'Rourke starting in 17th. We'll see how quick those guys can get to the front and try and stay up there during this 88 lap race.
Yeah, no doubt. And then also, you always got to keep in the back of your mind, it is Talladega. It's a plate track race. The big one could loom at every corner, every turn, and every straightaway. And another thing about this league I really like here, Logan, I don't know if you knew about, they have no fast fixes. So it could be one and done with the big one here tonight.
Yeah, those that'll definitely affect the drivers there. And, like you said, once you're in the big one or in a wreck or anything, your night could be done.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, here we go. We're getting these boys gridded up. We look through the field. Nice paint jobs here. Nice set of trucks. I mean, it's just a nice field out here tonight, Talladega. Now, how nervous of a driver are you whenever you come to Talladega when you start to drive these things?
Well, I just know that, anything could happen, just it could get three wide really quick. You could be stuck in the middle, and one small mistake and your race could just end in just 1 second. So I'd be pretty nervous if I were these guys, especially if they're going for the championship or the playoffs or anything like that. This could really affect their night.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, the pace car's going to lead them around for one lap here as the lights are off. Up front, Malik Ray. He's got that Skittle machine right there. Red Bull beside him. What combination? Red Bulls and Skittles. I don't know about all that, but that's something you'd maybe try out one day?
Yeah, I'd definitely try it out. Seems like a good combination to me.
There we go. We got the Nerf machine behind him. That's old Steve Gottschalk. I always mess his name up. You don't have to apologize to me on some of these names. I'm still learning some of them. That's where some of my weakness falls in. That's last names. But hey, I work with these guys out here, get them up here and ask them what it is, and we talk throughout the race. I love talking about the sponsors. I love the sim racing with the real sponsors the guys bring out here. Put a lot of work in their paint jobs. I mean, it's just going to be interesting to see, like you said, 88 laps of pure mayhem here at Talladega.
Oh yeah, for sure. And as the pace car is entering turn 3, we're about ready to hit the green here and get this thing started.
No doubt about it. Pace cars coming into turn number 3, heading into turn 4, folks. Batting down the hatches, about to have a war out here at Talladega Super Speedway. Pace cars coming out of turn 4. It will take that hard left turn off on pit road and let Malik Ray and company up front hammer through the gears and put the pedal to the metal. And they'll step on 2x2 into turn 1 as the pace car's coming. Got a little bit to go down the kind of a they call it the tri-oval. There we go. I got it out finally. Pace car's coming in. It's going to take that left turn here. We're going green flag racing here soon at Talladega Super Speedway, folks, for the Sim500 Monday Night Money Winter Series. Green flag is flying here as Malik Ray slowly. That's the thing about it. They slowed this down so much. It seems like it takes an eternity to get to the green flag now because the pace lap is actually a lot slower. Malik Ray is bringing them green flag in the air. Here we go. Malik gets a good jump. That's something you don't want to do with this track, get too much of a jump. but they go single file up front. They're all stacked up side by side all the way back.
Yeah, Jordan Hightower will get clear of James in the 77 as Justin Fuller's on the outside here, battling for the 4th position. He has no help from behind. Then he has a big gap to the 5 car of Thomas J. George. As he's trying to work on the outside here, trying to find a hole. If I were him, I'd try and get back in before the hole closes up, and maybe he could get trapped and lose many positions. But again, it's a long race, 88 laps. It's Talladega. Anything can happen as they're going through turn number 4.
Yeah, turn 4, complete lap number 1 here of 88. Man out front, Malik Ray. They're single file for the top 4 right there. You got to look all the way to the number 51 of Justin Fuller outside. He's got help and company coming. Has come to the tryover. Oh, a little bit wiggly. Don't want to touch that apron there, do you, Logan? This will upset those trucks in a heartbeat.
It definitely will. You definitely don't want to touch that apron, especially when they all check up in front of you. Anything can happen here. As the 51 of Justin Fuller, he has a little bit of help. He's trying to battle for the 3rd position for the 77. He has a good run here up to Jordan Hightower and back to the back bumper of Malik Ray. Gonna try and challenge for the lead here, entering turn 3.
Yeah, turn 3, here they come. 3 up top, 3, a whole slew of them on the bottom there. Justin Fuller, he'll take it 2 by 2 out of turn 4. Can he get enough mustard to power around Malik Ray heading to the line? It's a drag race. Will Malik lead this lap for lap 2? Coming to lap 3, he will take it by Fender. Maybe he will. I'm going to say that they're coming almost side by side. Yeah, he still took it by Fender. Wow, they head off into 1, still locked up side by side.
Yeah, you got to remember that the start-finish line is on after the tri-oval. It's not like Daytona. It's if it's in the middle of the tri-oval. But they're coming off turn number 2. Justin Fuller is still trying to battle for the lead. Jordan Hightower is locked off of he's off of Malik Ray's. Justin Fuller is clear of the number 1 car. 26 car is going to try and get clear. He's not going to. Justin Fuller is going to elect to stay on the high side. No, he's going to drop down in front of Malik Ray as the 26 is now the 1st car on the outside lane battling for the 2nd position.
Yeah, it is. Justin Fuller will cut the nose off Malik Ray like you saw right there. 26 coming high. Brian Boris Cook bringing that number 63 dinosaur machine to the front there. He says, fellas, I want to get into the party here. You got about 6 or 7 trucks up high and about 8 or 9 or 10 down low. It is a freight train of them side by side storming out of the turn 2 down the backstretch.
26 car is still trying to battle for the lead here as he's got a small run. He's at the door of the 51 now, and it's only these 6 cars, and then it's back to the 78 who's about a car length off of Jordan Hightower. So they're getting a little bit spread apart here, back to 10th, and you don't really want that as Justin Fuller is going to hop to the outside in front of the 26. Malik Ray is going to try and get under him. He's going to pull the Dale Jr. move. He's going to get clear to the inside again. Here comes the, the 57 up through the middle, 3 wide. Oh, he's going to check up. There's still 3 wide. Malik on the apron. Justin Fuller's going to elect to stay in the middle. There's still 3 wide going through turns 1 and 2.
Yeah, it is. That was 3 wide, little dicey right there. Make me nervous just watching. I can imagine what they are as the drivers. Brian Daly, look at that, coming to the front. They are still stacking it up 3 wide, double time down there, and they are moving around. The 06 making some evasive moves. He takes it up high. He's going to take that, like you just said, the Earnhardt line way up high on the track. They're 3 wide in the backside, 2 wide up front. Well, there's action all over this track right now, Logan.
Yeah, like you said about Byron Daly, he's starting in the 23rd position, and he's already up to about the 8th position, as there's still 3 wide, going for about 8th position, actually. They're going to go 2 by 2 entering turn 1. It's 4 cars on the high side trying to get back to the lead, as Jose Gonzalez is in the lead by about a car length over the 51 who's on the outside.
Yeah, it is. Justin Fuller up high, that 51 was just talking about. Now, Jose Gonzalez, I call him Speedy Gonzalez. Look at him move. Malik Ray, he cuts the nose on the 51, says, I'm going to go high. He'll go door to door with the leader. Well, I'm going to tell you, for these guys not to have a fast fix, it makes me nervous watching it because anything can happen. And nobody told them and got the memo that it's only lap 6 of 88. They're racing like it's the last lap.
Oh, I totally agree. It's a little early to be doing all this stuff, moving around. as Malik Ray, he's almost clear of the inside lane, but he's going to elect to stay on the outside lane. He will lead that lap by about half a tenth. He's clear of the 26, but he is not going to elect to pull down as they're 3 wide for about the 5th position. Byron Daly and the 25 of Chris Gibu as the 9 car is actually going to drop to the apron here about mid-pack. He says it's a little too early to be doing all this 3 wide stuff. I'm going to be sitting back, see if they wreck as the 25 is in the wall. He's going to lose a lot of ground, a lot of momentum, as he's going to drop back about 10 positions or so. That's going to cost him a lot.
Yeah, it is. Up there into the wall just a little bit. Could have been disastrous if he would have came back down on the field. But like you said, up front, these guys are still, man, just racing hard here. And it's still just a long way to go. Lap 8 of 88, got 80 laps to go. But up front, Malik Ray, he's got that 51 planted to his tailgate like it's a tailgate party. And the 57, well, he's pushing like everything he can. There's Rick McBride in the 78 machine. And the 51 gets pushed out. He'll drop like a rock in water because there's no drafting help up there.
Yeah, it seems like he was getting a little high. He just elected to go to the outside and go to the back because, again, his engine might have been hot there 2 by 2, and it seems like the middle groove, because Malik was clear of the 26, and he elected to stay in the middle line, so must be the middle line is the place to be here to try and get the run and get the lead, as they're side by side for the lead again. The 26 will lead this lap, though, but they're door-to-door entering turn number 1.
Yes, they are, and almost 3 wide. Brian Daly thinking about taking it up high, coming into turn 2 as they come down the back stretch. As you've got Jose Gonzalez still leading this one by inches up front with Malik Ray, who was on the outside. Brian Daly's got a little help right there with him, though, Logan. I just don't know if he's got enough, but hey, they are double time 3 wide there coming into turn number 3. Wow, they are still. Are you surprised by the racing that they're putting on here this early?
I am definitely surprised. I wasn't really expecting any 3 wide racing on lap 9, but if they can handle it, they can go 3 wide all they want. As they've got a small run here on the outside. They're going to be reaching the first row of the leaders, barely to the back bumper of Malik Ray. He's going to elect to stay in the middle lane as they're 3 wide for the lead entering turn 1.
Yeah, 3 wide in the lead. They are 3 wide, 2 sets back right there, 2 wide behind them. Folks, I'm going to tell you what, if you think we're nervous up here and the crowd's nervous, think of what these drivers are right now. White-knuckled, hanging on to them. It might be sim racing, but it still is a disastrous waiting to happen. Now, they're coming up on lap traffic, and they are still 3 wide all the way stacked up to the full field, about 3 or 4 sets.
Now this lap traffic is going to have to make some maneuvers. They're staying in the middle lane. That is not a good idea. It is not a good idea. And they will go to the very outside to the wall. And the 06 and 96 of Byron Daly, as EJ O'Rourke is going to go into the wall as a lap car. They'll get clear. Oh no! He just got turned. Byron Daly just got turned by the lap car. Who was that? That was Pedro Mega. He just turned down into Byron Daly and acting like he wasn't there. That was a little confusing. I'm not sure why that happened. They almost got cleanly around those lap cars. I'm not too sure what really happened.
Yeah, we'll watch back on the replay. Yeah, he just kind of came down. Pedro did. Maybe he thought he had it cleared. Spotter didn't tell him. But I'm going to tell you what, that could have been a lot worse than it was. And unfortunately, Steve Gottschalk got involved in the 91 to 25 to 6, a couple trucks. Could have been a lot disastrous than what that was there because he spun up front in front of the crowd there. But you're right. Maybe just a point of Pedro thought he was clear and that Brian had more of a run than what he had. And it just closed up on him very quickly.
Yeah, like you said, it only took out a few cars, even though that was in the middle of the pack there. But I'm not sure what Pedro was doing there. It might have been a miscommunication trying to get to the middle groove there, trying to stay in the draft so he wouldn't lose it again and go another lap down. But again, just a miscommunication there, and it'll take out about 3 cars. What a disappointing end to those guys' nights, and it was about on lap 10 of 88 laps.
Yeah, lap 10:88. Well, folks, we're live here tonight, Talladega Super Speedway, and it definitely has been super all night long here, as these guys, man, have definitely put on a show for the Sim500 Monday Night Money Winter Series in the trucks. Well, since we're under caution here, I'm going to bring up Nicholas Cohan and get a talk in with him, just maybe to see how that draft is working for him here tonight. Nicholas Cohan, Joe White in the booth, got a copy?
Gotcha.
Well, Nicholas, I'll tell you what, you're up front there. You still are. You're sitting in third. How's that truck acting? I'm going to tell you, y'all are definitely making me and Logan up here jumping up and down nervous. Y'all up are racing pretty hard.
Yeah, it's pretty wild up here, but I'll tell you what, I'm having a lot of fun.
Absolutely. Don't want to mess your pit stop strategy up here on you. Usually like letting y'all guys go ahead and get in that pit stop there and get your timing down. Because we see you going in here. We're going to take 4 tires and fuel probably on the stop. But a lot of guys throughout this place take only 2 tires because tires, I don't know how valuable are. What do you think a tire wear will be later on down the road?
If I could, I would take no tires. I don't think it really matters. It gets real dicey at the end, but I don't really think it matters. I've had some really good finishes by not even taking any tires throughout a whole race at a super speedway, especially in the trucks. So we went with 2 there because track position kind of means a lot. I don't want to be too far back in the mix, as you can tell. Some of these guys got caught up in a mess. So we just wanted to keep the track position. I don't think tires are going to mean that much. I think it's just going to be all about staying out of trouble is the main thing.
Yeah, absolutely. We're definitely looking good out there in that 57 Toyota machine. Well, good luck there, Nick.
Thank you.
All righty. Tell you what there, Logan. That's Nick Cohan right there. He was looking good earlier on here. As we're in the caution for the first time tonight, Brian Daly and Pedro Omega got into each other. Took a few other trucks out here. Unfortunately, looks like Jonathan Lockhart as one of the ones who was involved in that one also. Well, what are you feeling? What are you seeing out there so far, Logan, that you might do different if you were in a car or truck?
Well, if I were, mid-pack or back of the pack, maybe like Chad Coleman and Jimmy North were, they elected to stay out here this caution to try and probably get track position, but I'd like to take 2 tires here if I were them, if I were up front, like Malik Ray or someone, get some fuel just in case. And just try and work my way back up through the front. But if I were sitting in this position, I'd just be racing hard. I probably wouldn't be sitting back much. Yeah,
no doubt about it. Definitely. It looks like those front runners up there, man, are finally going to come into the pits right now. It's going to put Jose Gonzalez back up front. It looks like Chad Coleman stayed out. Jimmy North up there also. And again, we talked about tires. I spoke of it there with Nick real quick. And I know, a little bit from racing at this place, tires really, I don't want to say aren't important, but they're not as important as like what a 1.5 mile or Martinsville or road course would be. You can get away with 2. You can also get away with none at some point. It's just a matter of how well the truck's handling for you and how well the draft's doing for you.
Yeah, it all depends, but I don't think these trucks are that fast enough to go around Talladega to take, 4 tires or something.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, we're on our fixed setup too. I know you're really familiar with a lot of setup stuff out there, and I'll tell you, I gotta ask, how was it feeling last race of the season in the Pro Series there at Homestead to know you come runner-up to the champ there? To get that close, I mean, what was the feeling like?
Oh, just the new format. If it was the old format, just regular racing through the 16 races, I probably wouldn't have been disappointed with second. But the last race, the last season, just 1 position away from $10,000. I was pretty disappointed, even though Ryan had the fastest car all race. If he gets second, just 1 position away again. You're going to be pretty disappointed, so overall, it was a great season for me, so I shouldn't be disappointed, but I was, but I'm pretty sure almost anyone would be to finish second.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I'll tell you what, you're doing 90,000 times better than I would ever be able to do, and probably a lot of others. So congratulations. Hit that thing again next season. As like I always tell Jake Nichols and them, man, I know he's going to be back. He didn't have the season he wanted there in the pro, but hey, you keep struggling, you keep going on, and keep striving. One day you'll get there, and that's the way I look at everything, man. But it's always good to meet new drivers, and it's good to have drivers up here in the booth. I like that because I always go down, and it's kind of funny, after the races sometimes, talk with the drivers, and they always go, well, Joe, how was the race? Oh, it was great. Joe, what's wrong with you? You know, from a driver standpoint, I see where they're coming from. From a standpoint from what we're seeing and the viewers out there, it's a different one. I mean, it's a great race. Like here, you got to feel. You've been in that position they were in a few minutes ago, Logan. 3 wide, 2 wide here at Talladega, Daytona, and all those tracks. I know those guys were probably nervous, like, oh, what's going to happen? To us, that's just excitement.
Oh, it was definitely exciting for me. Definitely, I was out of my seat watching that, but yeah, as a driver, I'd be nervous. You know, if you're stuck in the middle or something, you just gotta hope that everyone holds their line and nothing happens in front of you or next to you, or just. It's always just risky out there at Talladega if you're 3 wide or 2 wide, but it was definitely exciting for me to watch that, and obviously you.
Oh yeah, no doubt about it. So getting set to go back here, green flag racing again. We're at lap 15. When they cross that line, it'll be lap 16. And I know in the last build they slowed down the pace speed, so it takes a little bit for them to get to the actual green flag. I noticed that one time. I said, man, when that pace car went in, it seemed like it took them 9 years to get to the green flag going.
Yeah, I'm not sure why. I feel like they would be going 80-mile-an-hour pace speed. I'm not real sure about 65. It just took them about 2.5 minutes to do that pace lap. So I'm not too sure what's up, but yeah, we're slowly coming to the green.
Yeah, we are, and we'll slowly come down to the line here. The right pace car's coming into turn 3. As I always say, it'll duck off on pit road and let these guys go back to work out there and have fun. And the Monster Machines here live tonight for the Sim500 Monday Night Money Winter Series. And the reason we call it the Money Winter Series is because, hey, the actual champ, he's going to win some money here at the end of his pace cars. Coming out of turn 4, getting set to duck off real quick. Chad Coleman out front. Jimmy North, he's got that 84 machine there, looking to try to lead these group of boys out here to have fun again here at Talladega Super Speedway. Pace cars in, and again, they'll march. It's almost like a march to the green flag now as it's slowly, at 55 mile an hour. That's just got to be nerve-wracking for a driver. 55 just to sit, wait. It's almost like another 8th mile that they go, but green flag's flying. Here we go. Chad Coleman gets a good jump. Don't know if he wants to get too far out there as Malik Ray makes a move to the inside there of Jimmy North as they're going to try to mix it up. Now they'll run Chad Coleman down here in a hurry.
Yeah, Chad Coleman, I think, went a little bit before the green flag there dropped, so he got a good jump here. And Malik Ray doesn't have any hope right now, but here comes Jose. He's going to try and help him out. He's going to go to the outside in front of the 84, and he's going to try and get the lead back here from Chad Coleman. They're side by side as they enter turn 3, and he will get clear to the inside, but right now he's elected to stay in the middle since that's almost where it looks like you want to be here. They're stacking up on the outside a little bit, but there's only 2 cars here on the inside versus 5 cars on the outside, so it seems like it would help to be on the outside more, as actually a couple of them just ducked in, as Chad Coleman will take the lead back from Jose Gonzalez.
Yeah, they looked like they were just trying to figure out which way they wanted to go, high, low, or whatnot. And in the trucks, you can take the high line. We've already seen it. Now in the A car, which is what we call it here on iRacing, which is the Cup car, most notably, to get that high line going, you need a lot of help. I saw a lot of races with that, talked to a lot of drivers. But here with the trucks, yeah, you can get that high line going with only 2 trucks, 3 trucks, as we see right now. They got about 4 truck freight train happening up top, 4 trucks down low, about to be 5. Well, as I say, that 5 now, as they come to the line to complete lap 17, it's going to be lap 18 here in the books to come through the tri-oval. And like you said, I have to remember Daytona, it's right there before the triangle, and we're under caution.
Yeah, it was near the back of the pack, around 20th position. Looks like the 51 of Justin Fuller just barely got into the 11 of Jonathan Goodell, and that brought out the caution.
Let's go back here on the replay and see. Oh, a little bump draft going wrong by the 51. He got in the back of the 11. Like you said. Well,
that shouldn't have been the caution.
Yeah, that wasn't the caution, but
where?
Yeah, sometimes when I racing, I try to go back on them, and it's like, KC Duncan, the number 4 machine. He's a little tore up. Let's go back on him. Yeah, I've got it set up to where if, KC's around number 4 there. I got it set up to where if I, hit the button, it goes back on the nearest incident. But sometimes iRacing, well, it takes me all over the place. Looks like him and EJ O'Rourke right there, nose to tail, as they come out of 4. And I don't know if they were heading into pits or what, but they kind of got tangled up with one another and slammed the wall hard.
Yeah, it looks like Casey, he was kind of slowing down there to get to pit road, and EJ just kind of followed him down there. I'm not too sure really what happened there. I don't know if you could have really done anything. Maybe Casey could have gone to the bottom a little bit more and checked up, but just again, a miscommunication by those 2 drivers, and that will bring the caution out.
Yeah, and again, like we said here tonight, no fast fixes here, so it's definitely, you can destroy. It's almost like real racing, which, hey, I love, because really calms the drivers down, which, as I say that, these guys definitely been far from calm, and they have raced really hard and exciting up front and all the way throughout this entire field. As Malik Ray still out front, Nicholas Cohan there in second, Rick McBride sitting in third, Brian Boris Cook there in fourth, James Pescarella rounds out the top 5. Now, I don't know if you're familiar with Brian Boris Cook or not, Logan. He is actually a social media guy for Joe Gibbs.
That's really interesting. I haven't actually heard of him at all, so that's pretty cool to know actually about him. So that's pretty interesting.
Yeah, no doubt. Definitely got those connections. It's a cool thing, man, to see that, got the pro drivers, real drivers, this and that, all these guys out here, man, looking good, doing this, good things here. And that's the thing about iRacing. It's across the board. I mean, the sim community here.
Yeah, I know multiple people who work for actually NASCAR teams, like Byron Daly works for RCR, and you have Parker Klingerman who works for NBC, just a bunch of guys. You have Timmy Hill, Josh Berry who race, and you have Denny Hamlin who's tried iRacing a couple times. I've raced with him a few times. They have Tony Stewart on here actively. Mm-hmm. So it's just a small kind of world, such a small community. So it's pretty cool to see all these drivers on all these NASCAR teams who race on iRacing.
Yeah. Now, did you just say Byron Daly works for RCR?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's crazy, because I actually live in Lexington, North Carolina, which is near Welcome, North Carolina, which is RCR. And Richard Childress only lives like right down the road from where I'm at. And actually, Austin Dillon's dad lives about a mile down the road from where I'm at.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So yeah, it's definitely in the heart here of NASCAR country, so to speak. And it got a lot of the race teams down in Kannapolis, Concord, Charlotte area and whatnot. So it's always good to see that. And watch NASCAR for years. I mean, hey, I take it all the way back, tell my age a little bit. I take it all the way back to the Cale Yarborough and the Darrell Walters, the Earnhardts, and Bill Elliott's and all that stuff.
I'd it's very interesting to go back to all those times. Is I'm only 17 years old. I've been a NASCAR fan since around 2008, 2009. So around 8 years or so, 9 years. Just overall exciting. I got on iRacing actually in 2013 after watching NASCAR. A friend introduced it to me, and it's just been one of the funnest games I've ever played.
Yeah, no doubt, and it's definitely probably one of the realest things out here. And the one thing I love is like these guys with their paint jobs. They got the real sponsors out there. Some of them actually have real sponsors, and that's the thing about sim racing in general. We talk about it, leagues here like the Sim500 having title sponsors around. It's good to see it growing. iRacing's growing, and again, the foundation for iRacing came back from Papyrus, the NASCAR racing days way back then. And again, I remember that back in '94 because I played those and whatnot. So I've loved it. I love the sim stuff. I love getting out here talking about these guys. I just love the racing and getting up here talking about it, period.
I'm sure a lot of guys really like to race on here. It's, again, just a small community, and a lot of people know each other, especially, if you're in top split or second split all the time. People get to know you and just talk with you here and there, and everyone just, it's just so cool that everyone just knows each other, kind of sort of deal, and a bunch of these splits.
Well, and I've met a lot of great drivers, in this league and many other leagues, because here at OSRNetwork, we do about 6 different leagues 7 days a week, so you don't ever miss any action with that. Definitely, man, I love the Sim500 guys here. A lot of great drivers. Got many other leagues here with this race tonight, and it's just as an honor. Joey Katina out there has put together a league here at the Sim500 that is awesome. And we'll be back here for their next season after the Winter Series, doing their A Series, which is a Cup car for Monday night, which will be, they're going to follow the whole NASCAR schedule all the way through. And then also we'll be here for the Sunday night for their Xfinity Series, which they'll follow through. So I'm proud to announce that, proud to be a part of it. It's awesome to be. And hey, what's up, John Johnson? How are you out there? I definitely don't want to forget all the viewers out there watching. Hey, appreciate everyone coming out here because we're live here at Talladega. And I'm up here with a celebrity of iRacing here, pro driver Logan Clampett. And no, that's not Jed Clampett, folks, from the Beverly Hillbillies, but he probably wishes he had the money of him. But either way, he's up here, man, joining me in the booth tonight.
That's right, Joe. It's great to be here tonight.
No doubt about it. Harrison's still feeling under the weather, and I appreciate Logan, man, on such a short notice coming out here, joining up here in the booth. Again, I love getting drivers up here, and I know they were talking earlier, Logan. They said, well, now, Logan, I don't know if he's ever been in the booth or broadcast. I said, man, don't worry about it. I said, man, bring anybody up there. I said, I've had drivers before. I said, we'll have a ball. And that's what it's all about. That's one of my main slogans here. You was asking me before about some things on the broadcast. Well, my main slogan here at OSRNetwork, which is onlinesimracingnetwork.com, is we make broadcasting fun. I want everybody to have fun. Drivers, viewers, leagues, and whatnot. And just bring this thing to you. And bring all the action. And we have tonight here, Logan, because these guys out on this track have been exciting. And this yellow flag seems like it has taken 9 hours.
Yeah, I believe they're on 2 to green right now or something. They've taken quite a few race laps here this caution, it seems like. Yeah, they've already done about 2 or 3. I'm not sure when they're gonna get that 1 to green here. Probably this next lap just slowly rolling at 65 miles an hour around this track, as they're probably getting a little impatient and want to get this thing going green.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, if I'd have known that, I'd have brought a couple more people up here. We could have talked to the drivers, looked throughout down our years. I was thinking we only had maybe 1 or 2, maybe 2 or 3 laps maybe. It seems like they, like you said, they've done about 4 or 5. We're just sitting here talking, which it does give us time here to reflect on the league, reflect on the folks out there. Again, hey, hope everyone is going to have a happy early Thanksgiving week here. I call it Turkey Day myself. I like hammy ham. Which one do you like, Logan?
I like it too. I totally agree. Turkey's really good, and just the family and the environment, just hanging out, and it's such a cool holiday. Then you have Christmas coming up, and it's just a really exciting part of the year, the holidays, November through January, and I've been waiting for it all year. The fall and the winter, I like it all.
I absolutely agree. Totally 100% with you there. Well, lights are finally off here on the pace car. We're going back racing here. When they cross that line, we'll be lap 23 of 88, folks, here at Talladega Super Speedway for the Sim500 Monday Night Money Winter Series in the trucks here tonight live. And it's going to be a good one here. Malik Ray out front. Nicholas Cohan will be right there beside of him. Rick McBride's pulled it to third. Brian Boris Cook will start in fourth. And round out the top five, James Pescarella right there. His pace car's into three. As we're getting set to go back to green. Actually, he's in two. Oh, no, he's in three. My bad. We're getting set to go back green.
Yeah, again, they're slowly trying to get to the green here as Malik Ray is again leading the field here alongside Nicholas Cohan. And taking a look back again, it's pretty easy to get to the front. It doesn't take that long. You have Bobby Terrell, actually, he started 24th. He's up to 8th. Kevin Pearson, he started 21st. He's up to 6th as the pace car. It's going to be diving down here onto pit road and coming through the long tri-oval to try and take the green 65 miles an hour. As they're going to be bumper to bumper here. Anxious to get this green going. And Malik Ray, he will be off and away. Green flag is back in the air, and Nicholas Cohan already is he's clear of the 78 on the inside. He's going to duck down. Malik Ray is going to pull in front of him too. They're going to be off to a great jump here, leading the rest of the field as they're spread out for P number 3.
Yes, they are. Got the two trucks up front, Malik Ray and the 57 and Nicholas Cohan. They got a little jump, but look at that. Nicholas Cohan dives to the outside with the help of... Oh, they almost made contact. Well, that could have brought out the big one there. Very close, but Malik Ray had to think better of it. Brian Boris Cook hooks to the back tailgates ahead of the 3. Well, they are definitely spread out a little bit more this time, Logan, but they are still 3 wide behind them with the 9 machine of Bobby Wetzel and Ed Burrell right there. As they get that figured out, they're still 3 wide in the back of the pack.
Yeah, Steve Vincent, he's trying to make some moves here, trying to get through the pack. He's trying to get up to the front here, trying to lead some laps, and Justin Fuller is following him, but back up front, Malik Ray, he got shuffled down there on the back straightaway, and they got such a massive run behind him. I think him and the 57 got way too far in front. There's only 2 guys on the outside as Chad Coleman. He's actually going to pull to the outside here. And the 9 car will be following him. They're going to try and stack up and get a line here going on the outside to try and take the lead.
Yeah, well, let's go high and wide. I call this the Blimpy Cam. Everybody likes Blimpy. It's a Blimpy Cam. Gives you a good perspective of how big this facility is and how spread apart this field is, because way out the back, they are double file, side by side, up front, 2 trucks up high, 3 trucks now, as they'll take it 3 wide for the lead, coming across the line. Actually coming at a turn 3 there, but wow, I'm going to tell you, that was a move. Nicholas Cohan got shuffled back in the middle. It's just a good shot here to watch and see what these trucks are doing.
He's still getting shuffled back. He has no help from behind, but he has help up in front of him. He has some draft here, so he's going to get some help. He's going to try and lock up the 77 here. There's still 3 wide for the lead. Malik Ray on the inside as the 78 is in the middle, and the 25 car up high. Malik Ray has it by a bumper. There's only 2 cars on the very outside. You're probably going to need a little bit more as they're now 3 wide for second here, and the 77 has a massive run on the outside in the middle. 77 will get clear too, and so will the 57. Wow, that inside just died completely, Joe.
Yes, it did. Inside died, but want to tell you what, right there, 3 trucks up front. Rick McBride along with James Pescarella, but look up there behind them. They are still stacked 2 by 2. Still got to set there on 3. As you see, Justin Fuller comes back into the mix. Wow, these guys, man, right now, for it to only be lap 26 of 88, are making some waves of moves up here. Look at the moves Justin Fuller makes with Malik Ray as they are thundering to the front right now to try to take the lead.
Now they are swerving all over the place, juking everyone out. And Chad Coleman and Justin Fuller, they had made an impressive move there to get to the inside line to try and battle for the lead. But again, that middle groove has that little advantage of the run. And they will still get clear of the 1 car of Malik Ray, and the 77 is pushing behind him. And they have a few cars up there. The 84 car is going to try and get to Justin Fuller's bumper to try and up the inside line just a little bit more.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Skittle Machine's on a roll, but Rick McBride up high says not so fast. I got help, and he's got a lot of company behind him right there. As we're seeing him, you got about 5 trucks pushing up high, 6 trucks down low as they all 2 by 2 coming out of the storm of a turn here at lap 27 of 88 as they come out of turn 4 to complete this lap. Malik Ray almost lost it. You're right, boy, that was close. Wow, what some driving job.
Oh, he got a little squirrely there off of turn 4, ruined all his momentum. The 78 is going to drop to the bottom here at the start-finish line. The 77 will go to the outside to try and get the lead. And Malik Ray, yeah, again, what an impressive save off turn 4. I don't know how he hung on to that. That could have been real big off turn number 4 and could have ended a lot of guys' nights.
Yeah, driving extraordinaire right there. Well, I tell you, if that don't wake you up as a driver, nothing will. At 190 mile an hour, trying to stick that thing sideways and hang on to it with another truck, man, knocking your rear bumper off. And that's what was happening right there. Rick McBride up front, 77's up high. James Pescarella, he's got help. They're thinking about taking a 3 wide behind him with the 3 other trucks there as they come to the line to complete lap 28. As they do here out of the tri-oval. Well, it still would be a drag race here, man. Look at Malik Ray pushing that 77 up front. 78, excuse me.
Yeah, that inside line has a massive run there. They're doing really well. And Stevie Minton, again, he's trying to get to the front. He's trying to make it 3 wide. He will duck down back into the middle groove. He's going to elect to stay in the middle. As Malik Ray, he's going to get clear to the outside and get in front of the 77. He's going to try and get the lead. Stevie Minton making it 3 wide. Malik Ray will get clear of the 78 and take the lead back from him.
Yes, he does, and they're 3 wide behind them, still stacked up. You got 3 trucks way up high there, along with the 77 of James Pescarella. They come out of turn 4. Folks, this is just, wow, a nerve-wracking for myself to watch. I can't imagine what these drivers are feeling up here as Malik is trying to hang on to that lead. Got a slight damage on that back quarter, probably due to the fact when he got wiggly there. Well, that hurt him in the draft, do you think, Logan?
Well, as of right now, it doesn't look like it's hurting him too much, so I believe he'll be fine after that just little swerve after that save. And they're door-to-door for the lead. Again, that middle groove has that small advantage of runs, and the 77 will get clear, the 57 will get clear. They're going to elect to stay in the middle. The 96 about to get clear. All 3 cars get clear. The 57 to the outside of the 77. The 96 is going to follow the 57 car of Nicholas Cohan. And he's probably going to get clear to the 77 here, entering the tri-oval. Is he going to try and swerve, take the lead? Yes, he's going to go to the inside with the 57, Stevie Minson, who's going to lead it here at the stripe. It's going to be the 77, Justin Fuller, trying to make it 3 wide. Oh, that was a risky move there. He backed out of it, though, and that was a good decision there to not stay in it. That could have been a lot of trouble.
Yes, they could, and they are still stacked up 3 wide up front. That was some dicey, very hair thin right there as they storm down the backstretch here at lap 31. And still up front, you got old Chad Coleman. He's there with Chris Gaboo, along with Nicholas Cohan bringing it up to the high side. They're still stacked up 3 wide. That 57's in the middle, along with the 51 there. Justin Fuller coming to the line. It seems like these trucks can just go anywhere on the track that they want, and they are sucking up drafting very, very well, probably a little bit too good, and it's making these guys feel very,
Justin
very confident.
Fuller has no help. They're going to go 4 wide into turn 1 and 2. Oh, are they going to be able to hang on to it? The one car's going to lift. He's going to let Justin Fuller in. What a smart decision there to let him in, try and not cause a caution, as there's still 3 wide for about 5th. The 96 of Stevie Minson, he will jump up high in front of the 20 car. He will be side by side going into turn 3 with the 57.
Well, I'm going to tell you, if this racing doesn't make you excited, I don't know what will. Folks, you got to be dead or your blood pressure just went low, because this right here, just hang on time. They went 4 wide there for a second coming into the turn, and they're coming 3 wide coming to the line this time by, stacked up 2 wide. Logan, I just don't know where to go because it's all over the track. These guys are putting it to the wind here, and it's awesome here at Sim 500.
Yeah, it looks like the field is really closed up to that outside line, really died, making it 3 wide. And actually, Chad Coleman is going to make a maneuver, try and make it 3 wide. The 57 will, or the 51, sorry, will leave him. He'll go with the 96. That will give the advantage to the inside line. As the 77, he will elect to stay to the inside. And the 57 is going to try and come up to block. Yep, they're going to go 3 wide again for the lead. The 57 has no help. The 96 has help from the 51. They're side by side for the lead.
Yeah, 3 wide stacked almost about the whole field back there. The front by 7, 8 rows coming to the line this time by. James Pescarella hanging on to it with dear life with a 78. The 96 right there of Steve Minson. Where in the world he come from? He was back in the back. They are still 3 wide up front.
They will be dropping down Justin Fuller. He found a hole. He's going to drop back down into the middle line. Chad Coleman kind of near the back. He's trying to make it 3 wide, trying to get to the front. He has a little bit of help from the 63, but just not enough momentum. But they're still side by side for the lead. Stevie Minson, and it will be James Pascariella.
Yeah,
sorry.
it took me a while to. Well, look at Steve Minson came from 31st, and he's up here leading right now. So there we go. It proved the point. Where you qualify here really is not a big deal, but it can be. But he brought it from the back all the way to the front. Look at the moves, Justin Fuller. He's trying to figure out which dancing partner he wants to 3 wide.
Yeah, he's going to take it 3 wide. What a great maneuver by Justin Fuller. He's going to be taking the lead. That middle line has the advantage. They're coming up on a couple lap cars. They're going to be staying to the outside line as they aren't 3 wide, so that's pretty good. As they'll try and clearly get clear of these lap cars and still try and battle it out for the lead, as 51 of Justin Fuller, he's going to get clear, and Malik Ray is going to get left out.
Yeah, Malik Ray's going to get left up high, but he's got some help right there. A couple guys that can hook up with him. About 5 or 6 trucks up high there. They'll get back up there. I don't think it'll take very long. 57 giving a little bump draft. Now, the one thing we haven't really talked much about here, Logan, is the fact of the bump drafting. You don't want to do it entering a turn, through the turn, or entering that tri-oval, because you can upset these trucks in a hurry.
Oh yeah, especially if you do it too hard to the bumper, you can definitely get squirrely. It actually happened to Malik Ray earlier, again off turn 4. I think Justin Fuller hit him a little too hard, and Malik Ray had to save it off turn 4. As you know, again, they're going for the lead. Malik Ray is again going to get the lead with some help from Stevie Minson.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Definitely up front. Malik Ray's got that help from the 96 of Steve Minson right there. And he's looking good with the number 17, Ed Burrell, right there coming into the mix, sitting in 6th. James Pescarella still in 5th. They're still 2 by 2 coming across the line to complete lap 36 here in the books of 88. And it has just been non-stop action from the green flag all the way to this point here. And wow, it really, the caution's the only thing that's giving us a break up here.
Yeah, it's definitely been really good racing here at Talladega Super Speedway, as we're going to go 3 wide for the lead again. Stevie Minson, Chad Coleman going to go to the middle, trying to help Malik Ray. Stevie Minson, he's going to get clear to the middle. 17, oh, they're wrecking. Here we go, entering turn 3. It's going to be the big one. Oh, Malik Ray, the 57. Chad Coleman is involved too. Oh, what a big wreck on lap 37 of 88. This will be the end of a lot of guys' nights.
Yeah, that was huge. And we were watching it somewhat kind of live right there. Bump drafting coming down the back stretch, but I'm going to tell you, don't ever like saying the word, but at netcode, yeah, oh, look, a move by the 17, got into one, and it just scattered the field. Everybody just nowhere to go. Things closed up, a lot of trucks involved in that one. The 20 Chad Cole, 64, 97, just to name a few. Malik Ray involved. Wow, that thing just closed up and looked like a bunch of ants on the track right there, just going everywhere.
Yeah, it looks like the 17, he tried following the 96 and just got attached and wasn't really paying attention to the 3 wide situation and got into the one, who then got into the 57, and again just an end to a lot of people's nights here. And just that was awesome racing, and it's just a bummer for that all to end in a big one.
Yeah, all the end right there, you're right, because it's going to take a lot of good trucks out of this one. Let's ride along here actually with ride along with Chad Coleman here on the roof cam. Let's go back on him just to show people just how close that was, just how close it was for him to get through, because he was up front there and he got a bird's eye view, 3 wide. And yeah, 17 just thought he had it cleared, and then Chad Coleman nowhere to go, got into Malik Ray spinning, and just it was a cluster from there, just trucks nowhere to go, track closing up. You know, and I know, man, Logan, once that happens, you just kind of long for the ride.
Yes, you are, as they're actually on pit road here, the leaders are, and yeah, that's definitely going to take out a lot of really good cars who were up front most of the night, like Chad Cohen, Malik Ray, Nicholas Cohan. Just, again, disappointing to end their night like this, and there's actually 50 to go. We're not even halfway in the race, and they were racing really aggressive.
They were, and like again, exciting to us, probably nerve-wracking to them. But here's the product. I think that's kind of the product one of the track, two, a product of this truck. The trucks here bring this kind of racing. They suck up in the draft very, very well. They're very good drafting style car truck here, and the package that's on here, it lets you race like this, very aggressive. We were talking about it in practice, pre-show and all, that these trucks definitely, you're able to put them anywhere, and we've seen it tonight. These guys are able to just drive these things right up into someone, bump draft anywhere they want, put them wherever they want, and sometimes that can be kind of overconfident, I think, anyways. What's your take on it, Logan?
Yeah, like I said at the beginning of the race, this package is really fun, and you'll definitely see a lot of 3-wide racing. Like I said at the beginning, and we definitely have just good old hard racing at Talladega Superspeedway for the lead. There's no really take on it, just again, hard racing.
Yeah, 100% there. I mean, it's Talladega. It's plate style racing. It's mayhem on wheels here, and it's live here at Sim500 Monday Night Money Winter Series. What's going on, Travis Pryor out there? Hello, Michael. Appreciate everyone coming out here and watching this thing here. I'm kind of looking down through here and see if we can get a driver up here maybe to talk to. You got any personal preferences down there? Maybe somebody you want to speak with, Logan?
Let's take a look at I'm not really sure. Let's try and find someone who kind of probably barely avoided that wreck. Who kind of barely avoided that wreck? Let's try and get a take on one of these guys. Let's take a look at how about is Jimmy North in TeamSpeak, because he was right behind all of that. Right, let's get him up here.
Sure. Jimmy North. All right. I'll let you get a talk in with him here. Let's bring him up here, Jimmy North.
Jimmy North, this is Logan Clampett in the booth. You got a copy?
Oh, Logan Clampett, man. Haven't heard your voice in a long time, dude. How you been?
I'm really good. How are you?
Pretty good. We got a good truck tonight. Just kind of riding up here. It's been kind of crazy, avoiding some wrecks. I don't know what happened on that last one, but felt a little nick off of somebody, but we went to the apron and saved it.
Yeah, that you did. That was definitely a really big wreck. You kind of barely avoided that. You almost got clipped in the quarter panel, actually, by the 63 or 57. You were one of the guys that got pretty lucky there to try and get out of that. And it's not really a big field anymore like it did, but how's the racing out there? We've been up here in the booth. You know, we're out of our seats. They're 3 wide everywhere. It's been an exciting race for us. How's it been for you? It's been nerve-wracking, exciting. What's your take?
Been a little bit calm, sometimes nerve-wracking, especially in that 3 wide situation with lap traffic that we got to pass. But you know, like drivers like Malik Ray been switching back and forth from the high line to the low line. Pretty aggressive moves out here tonight. So I'm just gonna try and keep it in the top 10 here and keep it safe, and then be there in the end.
All right, Jimmy, good luck to you and the last about 50 laps here as try and go out there and take the win away from all these guys here at good old wild Talladega Super Speedway.
Thank you much, man. Appreciate it.
All right, Logan, that was old Jimmy North right there, and definitely seems like he was pleased to get through that. Definitely one of those moments right there here at Talladega, because like we saw, that hole closed up very quickly, and this is not considered, I don't feel like it is, a self-cleaning style track. Usually when something happens, unless it maybe happens dead in the middle of the turn, usually it's kind of disastrous, because it's funny, you would think with the high bank here that everybody would go down low, but sometimes it seems like the cars or trucks kind of sling back up on the track.
Yeah, in the corners, if that wreck happened, you know, in the middle of the corner, let's say, the cars probably would have spun up the track, then gone back down. What goes up must come down. Kind of sensing that. So it all depends where you navigate, but the guys on the inside line, they got pretty lucky being there up front, at least, like Jimmy North. He almost got clipped again by the 57 or 84 there, so... yeah, he's the 84, sorry. The 57 almost clipped him. So he got pretty lucky by avoiding that. So just there aren't many cars who have clean cars. I'd say about maybe 15 or so clean cars left. And again, a lot of the guys who were really aggressive got taken out. And just to point out, we're on 1 to green, so we're going to be coming to the green flag as the pace car is in 3 and 4.
Yes, it is. Pace cars coming out of turn 4. Nicholas Cohan out there in the chat says, again, I hate Talladega. Well, there's a lot of drivers. It's a love-hate relationship to these places, plate tracks, and we've seen it. Usually it's because of, well, the product we saw right there. Very aggressive style racing, but fun. And again, the big one can linger at every corner here at any of these plate styles, especially Talladega or Daytona, either one we go to. Pace cars coming out of turn 4. Logan, we're about to set to go back green flag. There's going to be 47 to go when they cross the line. Pace car takes that hard left turn. Justin Fuller, I call it the popcorn machine up there, and he's about to put that thing red hot here in just a second and send it to the line as he's going to lead the charge of all these group of guys as the green flag was about to fly. He's not going to get too much of a jump, try to stay with that pack. Green flag in the air, 51, Justin Fuller. He stays side by side with the 77 of James Pescarella, the 96 of Stevie Minson right there, Rick McBride, as they head into turn 1. Now, here's the thing. I got to ask you, Logan, will this calm some of these drivers down?
I think they're starting to realize that it's not really halfway, almost halfway in the race, but I think they're going to start to calm down, especially if a lot of these guys that were really aggressive, like Malik Ray and Nick Cohan, and a lot of the guys that, you know, got taken out in the wreck, I think this will calm down just a little bit, but it'll still be exciting. There will still be side-by-side action for the lead. We'll just have to see it again. It's Talladega, so anything could happen.
Yeah, Talladega, as they come out of turn 4, they're still side by side. The front two drivers, though, are nose to tail in a single file. Then you got that 84 Jimmy North right there as they're coming out of the tri-oval to complete this lap. Will be 46 to go, but the high line's moving again as that's up front. That's Rick McBride, and he's got the 77, so he's got 77 to 78. Actually, that 78 machine, I think he's a lap down, isn't he? Or no, they're right there. My bad.
It's all good. As the 78 got a little bit off the 77's back bumper there, so they lost their momentum in the middle groove there, as 77 is still side by side with the 96 of Stevie Minson. Trying to get the lead. Again, that middle groove has a little bit of an advantage, so they have 3 cars on the inside line, bumper to bumper, and they only have 2. They're still staying even with them. If they got more cars on the outside, they would be moving and get to the lead here pretty quickly.
Yeah, they would. And I think that, would also talk about side draft, too. You can use that to your advantage here to get a little bit of side draft going. As we see, that's something you don't want to see on a plate track. 51 blinking a little bit. He'll blinker up there. That's definitely, when you're trying to draft with someone and you see a car, truck, whatever it is in front of you start to blinking, that'll definitely make you nervous as a driver.
Yeah, Stevie Minson, he's probably nervous. He probably doesn't want to get on Justin Fuller's back bumper too much while he's blinking, because it could wreck Fuller. I don't know about the other drivers. It all depends if his internet connection is not too great. But anywho, it seems like he's stalled. Stevie Minson, he's going to go to the outside of Justin Fuller. Probably a little bit hot there, the engine, as the 77 is going to get to his back bumper, and he will get clear of Justin Fuller. 77 will also get clear. That inside line is getting freight trained as they enter turn 1.
Yeah, they are, and I think what happened there, too, is the man up there, Stevie Minson, saw the 77 of James Pescarella coming. He had help. You were talking about it a minute ago. If there's 2 trucks up high, got help. They did. They hooked up with 2 other trucks, so it was 4 trucks coming to the front, and the high line started to move. It's like a freight train coming up there. Now, the good thing is, normally what we see, Stevie Minson is doing a very good thing here. He's not dropping down low. He understands the 77 brought him to the dance, and he's going to stay with his dancing partner here as they come out of turn number 4 to head into the tri-oval. Normally we see a guy drop down low, and Justin Fuller's down there with Jimmy North, but those 3 trucks are staying hooked up in a single file line as they all 3 go low.
Yeah, again, that middle groove is where you want to be, as the 26 is going to drop down to the bottom of the 78 car. As Stevie Minson and the 77, they're going to stay up there in the middle groove. Again, advantage place, that's probably where you're going to want to be at the end, Joe.
Okay, good deal. Well, that's some good insight. Like I say, definitely, hey, if you want to take any advice, folks, you got to take it from a pro driver. He definitely knows.
Yeah, definitely, as the 26 is actually to get to the door, possibly clear Stevie Minson in 3 and 4 as the 8. He's going to try and push him out in front. He might even get clear of the 96. It's a little close to 77. He's going to drop down to the inside. Stevie Minson left alone. He has absolutely no help on the outside. He's going to get absolutely freight trained here by the inside line.
Yeah, he is. Got left out to dry. Stayed up there with those drivers a long time. But the 77 of James Pescarella and Rick McBride opted to go low there along with Justin Fuller. Now, we're seeing something we haven't seen all race long. They're all in a single file snake formation heading down the backstretch. Again, I think that big one might have settled down the nerves of these guys just a little bit. And they're probably thinking, okay, it's 42 to go. We need to calm down, or we're all going to be in the junkyard before this thing's over with.
Yeah, you're right, Joe. As they have calmed down up in front. You know, they're around, I'd say around 10th position lap car of Paul Nichols Cooper. He's side by side with the 12, but that's the only side by side action really, and the 13 and the 9 behind him. But there aren't any moves up in front. They've definitely calmed down. They're all still bumper to bumper, just no one's electing to go to the outside.
No, not right now. They're not. Nobody's wanting to try to help step out of line here. Everybody stand to the inside groove. And they're looking at Bobby Terrell back there. He's the only truck that's got one. Pedro Mega, calling him the Mega Machine right there in his number 48 truck. He's on the high line. Got a little damage. Got involved in a wreck earlier on there. But Bobby Terrell's hanging on to it. You got Kevin Pearson back there. Bobby Wetzel's another one. Nathan Bowers. So some of these guys are definitely going to want to try to be careful to the end of the track. And you also see Jimmy North gets knocked out to the outside.
Yeah, he's all alone up there, but he's making some moves. He just went from 6th to about 3rd, 4th. He's up to the 8 here of Chad Cole. He's all alone out there, no help. I'm surprised no one has gone up there to help him. He's gotten really good momentum here. It might die off here pretty quick. He's actually about to go side by side with the leader all alone with no help.
Wow.
This is pretty impressive by Jimmy North. As let's see what will happen here. Is he going to get any help on the outside? Here comes the 9 car. He's going to try and get to his back bumper. As he's going to go to the outside, 3 wide for position number 3. The 13 is going to follow the 9 car.
Wow, yeah, he did. I think if the 9 would have maybe just stayed right there on the back end of the 84 machine of Jimmy North, they might have been able to bring it up. Instead, he opted to take it up high and go 3 wide there. I'm surprised nobody went with the 84 Jimmy North when he was up front, because he was definitely, but here he's still powering back on the outside. Now, this might be the use of that middle groove you were talking about, Logan, plus the side draft. Might be sucking him up there, but now he's got help with Justin Fuller and Jose Gonzalez. I call him Speedy Gonzalez.
They're second up. Oh, Fuller, no, he's going to get turned around. Justin Fuller is around. In turns 3 and 4, it'll collect a couple of guys back in the pack who are trying to be safe, and that will end the night for the 12, possibly the 7, and possibly the 51 if they can't get back going.
Reckon up front there, we were just talking about it. You see Jose Gonzalez went in low, or went up high on him. I think that was just a bump draft went wrong. And then I will tell you, the man who got lucky out of that one had to be Chad Cole, because it looked like the truck just warped through him and no damage came about it. So if you want to say the lucky recipient of that one, that man had to get it right there.
Yeah, again, Justin Fuller's internet connection actually saved Chad Cole there. But, yeah, again, I think the 84, he wasn't expecting that checkup from the 51 getting to the 26 and hit him just a little bit too hard, which got him sideways into the 8, and he just couldn't hang on to it. And around he went. Another one of our top runners most of this race. He's going to be possibly out of this race with a lot of damage. He's going to be he might be racing still, but he's going to be well off the pace and probably won't be able to battle with these leaders.
Well, you know, we said it at the top of the race here. This is a plate track style race. It's a wild card style race. Anybody can pull it off here tonight. And I got a feeling we could see a first-time winner here tonight at the Sim500 Monday Night Money Winter Series in the trucks here live at Talladega Super Speedway. Because it has been a thriller, folks. I'm going to tell you, if you missed the first part of this race, wow, you missed these guys up there just mixing it up all over the place. You calmed down just a little bit because we had the big one about 10 or 15 laps ago, and it took out a good portion of the field here. Obviously, no fast fixes here in this league, so it's pretty much once you get tore up to a certain point, it's over with. And Logan, oh, you're familiar with that yourself.
Yeah, it's definitely disappointing to not have any quick repairs. You know, your night is done, you have to try and repair your car. Hope for as many cautions as possible, actually, if you have quite a few of optional repairs. But yeah, it really stinks for Justin Fuller. He was having such a good night, and that's going to be possibly the end of his night, as you have Jose Gonzalez, who's probably going to be up in front. I'm not too sure who stayed out here. A couple of guys are trying to get their wave around, but yeah, they definitely calmed out that last run until they stacked up a little bit there. Just a little miscommunication, but just, you know, good old hard racing, and still about 36 to go or so, Joe? Yep,
be 36 when they 36 when they cross the line. Probably when they go back green, or probably about 34 to go here. So I always say when now in a plate track it's obviously a lot less, probably about lap 15 or 10. I always say, hey, business is about to pick up. Rung what you brung, and hope you brought enough here tonight and everything. All the paperwork and everything, throw it out the back door because it's useless at that point. Don't know if Pedro Mega's going to get the wave around or if he just stayed out. I believe he's going to get the wave around here. And that's going to put Jose Gonzalez back to the point. And James Pasquarello will be right behind him. Don Roberts, boy, man, we haven't talked about all night long. Let's see, he started actually 29th. And look at that, sitting in, right now he's in the 4th place spot, but I think by the time we go back green, unless Pedro stays out, he'll be right there in the 3rd. Wow, what a comeback for him.
Yeah, it's pretty much just try and get to the front and try and survive here at Talladega. A lot of this race, pretty much surviving, avoiding that big one, avoiding that last wreck, and he'll be up in front because there are only about there are 19 cars on the lead lap right now. Probably only about I'd say 13 cars or so who have a clean car and who will be on pace with the leaders. But it's still 35 to go. A lot can happen here, especially again that middle groove. As I mentioned, that's where you're going to want to be at the end of this race. That's probably where the winner is going to be unless there's a caution to end it. But I can't wait to see the end of this race and see how all of this plays out, because I know, again, there are only a few cars here that have clean cars.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Definitely only a few of them out there that do have some clean machines. And it's a good one so far here at Talladega Super Speedway, folks, for the Sim500 Monday Night Money Winter Series. And the trucks here live tonight. These guys are definitely, well, folks, we're also live here, YouTube, Facebook Live, and on iRacing Live portal. I want to appreciate them folks at iRacing Live, letting myself here at OSRNetwork and the Sim500 showcase this league there in front of everyone. It's awesome to see, and again, I want to appreciate them and appreciate the Sim500, all the drivers, the viewers. Again, Logan for coming up here in the booth with me, calling the shots here tonight. It's been a good one so far, not over with yet. So, hey, go ahead on these long yellow flags. Go and get everybody settled back down, get your refreshments back up and going. Because we're going to have about 35, 34 laps when we go back green.
That we will, and it looks like Pedro Omega, he's going to elect to stay out. That'll put him up in front. I believe they're on probably 2 to green, going to be coming to 1 to green at the start-finish line here soon as the pace car and the field works through turn number 4 here at this 2-mile track. Just lap 53.
Yep. Lap 53 here in the books, and it's definitely just been a wild one. I mean, I just don't know what else to say. And it looks like Pedro's going to stay out. He's got a little damage on the front of that machine. You think that's going to affect him in the draft? If he was behind someone, I would say he probably could just tuck in behind them and be kind of okay. But being out front, it's almost like a brick wall at some point. I just don't know how much that's going to affect his speed.
Yeah, you're very correct there. It is like a brick wall if you're out in front. People are going to be slowing down behind you, possibly running you over, so you got to hope for the best of luck here as they're going to take the 1 to green. But you just got to hope the best of luck here, and hopefully no one really turns you with your front end damage or anything. It's a risk, but it gets you track position, and you just got to hope you can stay in the draft here with the damage, because that's probably the only way you're going to get up front. Because with that front end damage, I don't think you're going to get to the front much, as they're all double file here. You have Pedro Maya, P1. Joining him on the outside lane here on this restart is Jose Gonzalez behind him. It's going to be James Pasquarello, Don Roberts, and Chad Cole, your top 5. And it'll be Jimmy North, who we talked to recently. He's had a phenomenal clean race so far. As Kevin Pearson, who started 21st in this race. He's 7th. Scott Simley, he's 8th. Stevie Vincent 9th. He's been aggressive all race. And Mike Kelly, top 10.
Yeah, he about did the same thing I did. I saw Scott's name for the first time and I almost called him Smiley.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, but hey,
Almost.
smiling. He's in the top 10 right now. That's what I always like to say. So, yeah, definitely the man should be smiling.
I certainly agree there, and you just gotta hope for the best, and hopefully you don't get wrecked. Cause I'd be smiling all race if I had a clean car with about 30 to go, as a lot of these cars are out of the race. There are 19 cars on the lead lap. The last car on the lead lap is Justin Fuller, as a lot of these guys off the pace again. As they work through turn 4, again, Pedro Mega, who elected to stay out, is your leader, as they're coming off of turn 4 at 65 miles an hour. And the pace car is about to pull into pit road. It'll be pace car is in onto pit road as they work through the tri-oval, slowly coming to the green. Again.
Yeah.
Jose Gonzalez on the outside. Let's see if Pedro Mega can get a jump here on the restart, as the green flag will go back in the air. The 77 is on the back bumper of Pedro Mega, and he will get clear of the 26 on the outside.
Yes, he will. We're going to see if that damage hinders him any up front as he gets a good jump there. But I'm going to tell you what, James Pescarella all over the back tailgate there of him as Jose Gonzalez moves on the inside there. Don't want to get too much on that apron. You'll upset that truck, end up putting that thing up into the wall. The higher line, about 5 or 6 trucks back, as these guys have been stormed down the back stretch here in a single file on the inside. Now you got about 6 or 7 trucks coming up on the high line there. They're going to make a move to the front. Jose Gonzalez takes a move into 3.
Yeah, Jose making a maneuver here, trying to get to the outside, trying to get to the leader. It doesn't look like that damage is slowing down Pedro that much. It looks like the 77 is really on to... Oh, he almost turned him, actually. He got a little squirrely there. It is actually kind of slowing him down. The 77 is all over the back bumper of Pedro, as 26 of Jose Gonzalez. He's going to go back to the lead. As he's not going to get clear of Pedro Mega. They're going to still be side by side, door to door in turns 1 and 2, off turn 2 now for the lead.
Yes, they are. Looks like right now Don Roberts got some front end damage and some rear end damage there on the Jose Gonzalez. Might be hindering him on that truck with the bump draft a little bit. Pedro Mega, the Mega Machine down there in the 48. He's trying to hold it up as they go high and wide, almost taking it 3 wide. Thinking about it, they're still stacked up 2 by 2 coming out of turn 4 to complete this lap. And then when they cross the line, will be 32 to go. They're still double filed. Here comes the Tonka Machine out of nowhere, Mike Kelly.
That's right, Mike Kelly out of nowhere. He is he's up inside the top 10. As they are still double file through all of the top 10. This is exciting racing. Pedro Mega up in front. He's going to get clear of Gonzalez, the 77. Oh, jeez. Oh, he almost got clear of him. He couldn't quite get clear of Jose, as he's going to get left alone in the middle groove. And Jose, what a run on the outside. He's going to drop down to the middle with Don Roberts right behind him. As the 84, he's going to try and get clear of the 77. He's not going to. He's going to get left alone on the very outside in the 3rd lane, as Jose Gonzalez back to the point, but Don Roberts is going to challenge for it door to door as they enter through the tri-oval.
Yeah, they are, boy. We thought they calmed down, but they went 3 wide. They're still 3 wide coming out of the tri-oval there. 84's getting shuffled back, dropping to the back. But up front, Don Roberts bringing it to the point with help from James Pescarella to 77. They are side by side, almost inches apart from one another. And again, folks, this is about 190 mile an hour, by the way. So if you think, man, this is easy, think again. Right there as they storm down the back stretch, I think that front end damage there, Logan, is hindering him just a little bit on the outside, because Jose's got a clean truck.
Yeah, it looks like that outside line is not working as well as it should, even though there are only 2 cars on the outside versus about 4 cars on the inside to the gap of the number 2 car. As they're actually they actually have momentum on the outside. The 13 is going to hop to the outside with them. As Don Roberts, they're going to go side by side for the lead again, entering turn number 1.
Yeah, and here's the thing you got to think about. You don't have to pass the guy and to win the race. You just got to have your fender in front of him some mere inches. So it doesn't take much as long as he can maintain where he's at with the 77 there. But it just looks like that the 77 of James Pescarella is a little bit more faster. It'll all depend on how antsy he gets. But right now he is on the tailgate of him, pushing him down. And look at Pedro Mega. Well, that's a dangerous move. Bump draft going right there into the turn.
Yes, that is. You are absolutely correct. That could turn the car around very easily as they're still side-by-side off of turn number 4 for the lead on lap 59. It's 3v3 here on the inside versus outside as they'll pass the 57 here as a lap car cleanly, no wrecks or anything, as they're still side-by-side going into turn number 1.
Yes, they are side by side coming out of turn 2 to storm down the bad stretch. 29 to go. They'll be 28 when they cross the line. Up top, you got Jose Gonzalez down low. Don Roberts up top. He's got 3 cars up high, 3 cars down low, but he's got a few coming to help him and come up there to the charge as they head into 3. Well, they're about to mix it up now. Where do you leave it? Wow, he left his dancing partner out to dry, the 77. I think I would have stayed up there with the 77. What do you think, Logan?
No, I would have stayed up in front of the 77. That could be an advantage. Oh, the 26 is going to cut the 77 off. He's going to get to the outside lane. He's going to try and challenge for the lead again. There we go. 3 wide again for the lead. The 77 on the outside, 26 in the middle. And Don Roberts in that 87 on the bottom. Jose Gonzalez, he doesn't have the momentum to get there. The 77 is going to get clear in the middle. He's going to pull in front of the 26 here. He's going to try and battle for the lead again.
Well, you know, the 77 of James Pescarella's probably got the cleanest truck up there right now, so that's going to give him advantage to him. Clean as a whistle, and he definitely will be able to slice through the air. But again, it only takes a fender to win here. We saw him 3 wide crossing the line, inches apart, but you got Jimmy North taking it 3 wide in the turn. These guys just won't give up.
No, they will not, as it's still 28 to go. As the number 18 is going to try and come up and help Jimmy North on that outside lane. There's 3 wide for about 3rd position, as Jose Gonzalez is probably smiling right now as they're 3 wide battling, and he can choose any lane he wants to. No, here comes Jimmy North on that outside lane. Same with the 77 of James Pasquarelli. They're going to be battling for the lead. 3 wide.
Well, 3 wide down the bad stretch. We can't cross that line. You got to stay there. And I think as Pedro blinked just a little bit, probably got out of the way, helping them out. They're still 3 wide up there. You're talking about that's Jimmy North. He's got the lap car 2 laps down there. Paul Nicholas Cooper helping him out so he can pick and choose who he wants. And he does. Goes to the middle and will help those guys out right now.
Yes, that will, and the 77, Jose Gonzalez has barely any help here on the inside. He does not have the momentum. As the 7 car, he's going to try and go to the outside, and the 18 is going to elect to go with the 77 here. He's going to go back down to the middle, and Jose Gonzalez on the inside still, as they're still battling for the lead in turns 1 and 2.
Man, Jose hanging on to it up front with the 77 of James right there. Up high, you got Nathan Bowers. Where in the world did he come from? Just snuck up there and said, hey, fellas, I'm going to join the party. And he has, sitting there in the 3rd spot, just inches away from the 2nd. You got that lap down car, the 18. He could be the one that helps out somebody win this race. He's got a preferably clean machine out there. Unfortunately, 2 laps down, but he could be the one saying, who do I want to help? I have no allies up here, and I'm not familiar if he has any teammates, or any one of them might be his teammate.
Yeah, you never know who he wants to win, who his teammates are, as he's just up there trying to get his laps back, which I can agree with on that. But he's helping out the 77 right now in that middle groove. He's just kind of probably chilling. Again, trying to get his laps back, as he's actually going to take it 3 wide here for a second. Or he might be dropping back. Who knows what he's doing. As Jimmy North, he's going to go with the 77. And the 96 is going to come up to the 18's back bumper. Still 3 wide for about P5.
Yeah, it is 3 wide stacked up back there in the back, up front, nose to tail. You got Jose Gonzalez along with Nathan Bowers there. Don Roberts still hanging in the mix. You got to go back to Jimmy North and company back here with the 17 machine of Ed Burrell right there, as they are still stacked up 3 wide coming to the line. Pedro Mega down low. That lap down car there with a 96 machine of Stevie Minson in the mix along with them.
Yes, that is, as there's still 3 wide here for about 5th position. As someone's going to hop up to the outside for the lead. That's going to be the 13 here of Nathan Bowers. They're coming up quick to him. Oh, man, that was almost so bad. They had a huge run coming up to the 13 and the 26. And the 18 has the lap car. He's going to try and battle here to try and get his lap back with the 96. The 96 is going to try and grab the lead, though, as they're 3 wide through the tri-oval.
Yeah, no doubt about it. 3 wide coming to the line here. Well, they are 3 wide in a double set there. Going into turn 1, the middle lane gets a run to 77 James Pescarella. Well, that was a dicey bump draft right in the middle of the turn, but he made it stick on the 13 machine of Nathan Bowers, who takes it to the point. Well, it is just looks like these trucks can draft very, very well.
Yes, they can. You're absolutely correct, Joe. And that's just the key to this race. Try and keep your engine cool the whole race and just suck up to the guy who you want to push for the win. And hopefully your motor doesn't get hot or anything on the final lap, as actually Jose Gonzalez, he's going to try and take the lead back again in tonight's race, as he will get clear of the 13. He's going to elect to stay in the middle with the 77. The 77 is going to go to the outside, door to door, entering turn number 1 for the lead.
Yes, it is. Door to door, 77 of Rick McBride, or James Pescarella, excuse me. Rick McBride's out in the chat, pulling for the 77. Said it fun while it lasted. He's got the lap down car, the 18, Paul Nicholas Cooper, right there stuck to his tailgate, pushing him to the point. The thing about it is, that's his dancing partner here to going down the backstretch. Will he stay? He is opting to stay there right now. The 13 of Nathan Bowers is hooked on, but Nicholas, he goes low.
Yes, Nicholas is going to try and get his lap back. He's currently 2 laps down, passing the leader. He's going to go 1 lap down. He's currently in the lucky dog position here, whether or not he's up front or in back. So we'll see what happens with that. We'll see if a caution comes out. He's probably hoping for a caution, as there's still the 77 is leading, as Jose Gonzalez, he's going to try and draft the number 18. The 26 is going to try and grab that lead back, as the 13 is on the 77's bumper. Let's see if he can get a run and get clear of this number 18.
Yeah, and everybody's probably thinking, why in the world would the 18 machine 2 laps down be up there running that hard? Well, folks, if he gets 1 lap and out front, whether it be by a fender or a whole truck, if a caution comes out, he gets the lucky dog because he's the first one there. So he would automatically go to the tail end and have a shot to bring this thing to the front. So that's why he's working so desperately hard to stay in front of the leaders, because you never know. With these guys mixing it up behind him, they are battling for the lead. James Pescarella, Jose Gonzalez, they are coming up, though. This pack is, Logan, they're coming up on a huge pack of lap down traffic.
Yes, they are, as they're going to have to choose a line to go here. It'll be Jordan Hightower, Malik Ray, Bobby Wetzel, and Thomas J. George. That's the pack ahead of them. They're coming up to them quick. They're going 196, and the others are going about 185, 10 miles an hour faster, as they're going to be in Nichols' situation. They're going to be going a lap down. So Nichols has to be out in front of the leaders in order to get the lucky dog. If he's not in front of the leaders, he's not going to get the lucky dog, and he might have to get the wave, as they're 3 wide. They're 3 wide in front of them. This is not a good move. This is probably going to end well. There's still 2 by 2. They're going to leave the middle lane open, 2 outside, 2 inside.
Wow,
this is be close. 4 wide.
Oh, man, I'm going to tell you what, they went through there
the leaders
just
get
dicing.
clear, as some of them are still stuck behind them. All safe right now. They're still trying to get through this lap of traffic, 3 wide, 4 wide, as a lot of them are still staying on the bottom. But again, the leaders have gotten clear of this lap traffic, and it looks like all is well. Yeah, that was a risky move there by the lap traffic there. I feel like they should have stayed to the low side, but again, all is good right now. Thankfully, there wasn't a wreck, and we could still race this thing out with 18 laps to go.
Yeah, 18. Now I'm going to say, rung what you brung. Business is definitely picking up front here. Paul Nicholas Cooper in that 18 is just trying to stay out there, hoping for a caution late here. If he stays in front of the leaders, he gets that lucky dog position. But the man outside, Jose Gonzalez right there, he is trying to put it to the front, and he's leading this one with James Pescarella on his back deck lid. So it's 3 trucks high and about 4 or 5 down low right here. Again, that 18 of Paul Nicholas Cooper, 2 laps down. Well, as of right now, if there was a caution come out, he would actually get the lucky dog and the wave around.
Yes, you're absolutely correct there. As, again, he's trying to stay out in front, trying to get that lucky dog, as we've been saying. But Jose Gonzalez with the 77, they're trying to get clear of this 18 as they're bumper to bumper. The 13 is off the number 18. Jose will get clear. He's going to duck down to the inside in front of that 18. The 77 will go to the outside, and the 10 car, Kevin Pearson, he's going to be with the 77 here. Let's see if he can get to his back bumper. The 96 is going to give him some help. The 18 has elected to go to the outside. He's going to help the 77 now. The 77 will get clear of Jose, enter turn 3.
Yep, that's right. The 77 James Pescarella takes it to the front side here. You got the 10 machine. You were talking about it, Kevin Pearson.
Oh, Stevie.
Ouch, that's meat in the middle of a sandwich there.
Oh, that was really close. That could have been really bad there. I was inches from the 18. What Stevie made there. They're 4 wide trying to pass the lap cars, and they get through cleanly as Stevie Minson. He was around 8th position, 2 laps to go. He's up to 2nd, and he wants to try and challenge for the lead.
Yes, he does. 96 is glued to the back end of that 77 of James as he tries to push him to the front. 16 to go here. When they cross the line, Logan's going to be 15. These guys definitely are racing like it. Hey, 2 things we got to keep in mind. Obviously, the last lap, that ends it. But 5 laps to go, caution comes out. That puts an end to it also.
Yes, that is. If there is a caution with 5 to go, you want to be out front. Maybe 4 to go. It depends how many pace laps there are. But I'd really like to finish this under green to see the finish of this race. I'm sure you really want to finish this under green. Just what an exciting race. It's been side by side for the lead almost this whole entire race. So I'd really like to see the finish of this race under green.
And I'm going to tell you, if this doesn't make you a race fan, I don't know what will. I mean, definitely, you just, maybe like golf, that's the only thing I can tell. Because, hey, this has been exciting, like you said, Logan. They have been side by side, 3 wide, 4 wide, nose to tail for the whole entire time. And they still are glued together, man, door to door coming out of the turn. Jose Gonzalez down low, James Pescarella up high. So it is a 2 versus 2 up top, down low affair.
That's right, Joe, as they're still, again, side by side for the lead. Jose Gonzalez is going to take it at the stripe here with about 14 to go. And it's pretty much tandem racing here up in front. The 87 is off the number 13. And they're just glued here, the top 4, the 96 with the 77, the 13 with the 26 of Jose Gonzalez. And the 87 is probably thinking, where do I go? What line do I choose? Who's going to have the advantage, and what can help him the most?
Yeah, and actually, Don Roberts sitting back there, too, thinking the same thing. Chad Cole, don't count him out. The 8 machine. Jimmy North is pulling back up. But, yeah, you got to be sitting there in your mind like, man, I'm stuck right here, kind of, so to speak, right? What do I do? What I got to do? The 13's going up high along with them. Can they leave it? But here comes the 96 diving down low.
Now here comes Stevie Minson for the lead. The 77 has no help, but neither does Stevie. The 13 is going to get to the 77's bumper. Maybe the 96 is going to pull him for. No, he's going to go to the inside. He saw Jose with that run. He was going to get to the inside, but he elected to stay down low with the 26, try and keep that lead. The 77 and the 13 are up on the high side, and there are more cars here down low, so they have the advantage right now as Stevie Minson, he's electing to stay down low as their momentum is going away on the high side.
Yep, and the thing is staying down low is too because you can't cross that yellow line. Out of bounds rule here, but look at that. Jose Gonzalez flies up high. Now 13 to go, and across the line will be 12 to go. Here at the plate track, everybody be like, what's only 12 to go? That'll be over with you before you know it. At a plate track, that's an eternity of time.
Yes, that is, and they have 4 cars on the outside now. So this is where the middle line gets their momentum. This is where the middle line is a lot better when they have more than 2 cars on the outside. They have a big advantage here as they're door to door down the back straightaway heading into turn number 3.
Yeah, turn 3 here as they come out of turn 3 and a 4. They come around here to complete this one. It's going to be 11 to go as old Jose Gonzalez been on point most of the day. He's held on to it by inches at times. He's got the 96 of Stevie Minson there on his back tailgate. Them two are thinking, well, let's have a tailgate party. Hopefully, Jose's thinking about in victory lane. Look at that. He is pushing him down into turn 1.
Yes, he is. They're still door to door in turns 1 and 2, and it's been Jose and James all night long. Same with Stevie. Stevie has been aggressive all night long. He wants this win. I'm sure everyone does. And how about the 17 here? He's the 3rd car in line on the outside. Ed Burrow, we haven't talked about him much this race.
No, we haven't. Man snuck up there just out of nowhere here. And right now, sitting there buying for the win. He's trying to do everything he can to push those 3 trucks up high as they'll come across the line. Will be 10 laps to go. Keep in mind, like I say, the last lap, that puts an end to it, but 5 laps to go with a caution coming out. And the way these guys are racing, he's around 77.
77's around. No caution right now. It's going to stay green. The 3 wide for the lead, almost 4 wide. As the 17, he's gonna, the 17 car, he's gonna go to the lead. He's gonna be side by side actually. Jose Gonzalez still on the inside, but wow, what a bummer for James Pasquarelli there. He was up front all night long, and I'm not too sure what really happened there. I think just a little bump might have gotten him sideways. Yeah, it got him sideways into the 26 car, and around he went.
Yeah, he did, and again, we saw maybe the connection there help another driver out because it looked like it just walked right through him, and it might have been just like the Chad Cole experience there before. Just unfortunate. Look at the 17 get bumped out of the way a little bit by the 10 machine there, Kevin Pearson. He'll go into the middle, but he's got help up high, but the 13 they touch.
Oh, they're going to save it too. Up into the
Wow.
7 and the 13. They're going to lose a lot of momentum and a lot of positions. They're possibly going to lose the draft here as back up front. Mike Kelly, he was up there. He lost a lot of momentum with them as they're single file through about 7th position.
Oh, man, I'm going to tell you what, these guys are definitely putting everything. They're throwing the whole playbook out here tonight at Talladega Super Speedway here for the Sim500 Monday Night Money Winter Series. And right now we're getting down to the wire. As they cross the line, will be 8 to go. Up front, Jose Gonzalez, but coming to the charge, the 96 of Stevie Minson looks to the outside. Is he going to have help from the 10 or the 87? Who knows as they head off into 1.
Stevie has no help right now. There's still a single file. The 2 car, Mike Kelly, is trying to get to the 96 on the outside here. Let's see if anyone will pull up in front of him. No. Jimmy North is going to elect to stay on the inside. He's going to still try and get to the 96. The 96 is still at around 3rd position's door. Oh, I don't know what happened. Whoa, they checked up a little bit. That could have been bad down the back straightaway. The 2 of Mike Kelly checked up a little bit. The 68 almost turned him. They still lost a lot of momentum from that, and they couldn't get to the 96 bumper. That's going to hurt them as they're single file through positions number 3, and the 10 car is going to hop to the outside in front of the 96.
Yeah, he is going to give him a little help up front. That might bring Mike Kelly back up to the point. The Tonka machine, he's trying to bring it high and wide here to give these guys help. Hadn't really talked much about him. 17's there also. Ed Burrell looking good. Up front, here comes the 10. Kevin Pearson to the point along with the 96 of Stevie. You got to be kidding me. All day long was in the back. 7 to go. The cross the line will be 6 to go.
Kevin, he just turned him into turn number 3, and that'll end the night for Stevie Minson and Kevin Pearson. Kevin Pearson, he had such a good run there at the end, survived all race long, and I don't think he led 1 lap and almost led that last one entering turn 3 until just
Wow.
a small miscommunication again. I believe Stevie, he might have gone high. He might have been thinking to go 3 wide and decided to get back in line, and he just wasn't quite clear of the 10. And it was only those 2 drivers, so the rest of the field is fine. But just Again, Stevie Minson up in front almost all night long. He started from around the 31st position, and that'll end the night for him, for the win at least. But just, what a bummer.
Yeah, and it, like we said, it just looked like the 10 came up just slightly there, and the two trucks were going for the same part of the real estate of the track, got together, hard licking the outside wall there. But here's the thing, Logan, it's not over with. We're going to have about a 2 or 3 lap shootout here.
Oh, it's definitely going to get crazy for the win here, as they're probably going to stay out. The leaders are probably going to stay out maybe around 7th position or so, might just for tires, just for the heck of it. Yeah, no, it looks like everyone's going to stay out here on the racetrack, and
well, if I was an 11th place guy, I would go in.
Yeah.
I might as well. You're not going to lose anything.
Might as well. Yeah, might as well lose pit. Yeah, that's Brian Wertman. He actually pit onto pit road for fresh Goodyears on that 89 car. And there are 11 cars on the lead lap right now. There are about 10 drivers who can win this race. Still 10. And it can always be wild. Again, anything can happen. Anyone could win here at Talladega.
Yeah, and when we go back green, it's probably going to be about 2 to 3 to go here. I'm gonna rough estimate and guess probably 2 to go. That's going to leave us a 1 lap to get these things up to speed, and then it's just all out for the last one. Obviously, if a caution comes out before we hit that last lap, it's over with. If a caution comes out on iRacing, just to give the viewers out there a chance to understand, and I know you know, Logan, that once the white flag flies, if a caution flies, they race back to the line here. It won't fly the caution. So a wreck on the very, very last lap wouldn't mean anything as much as it would with 2 laps to go.
That is correct. If I were the leader with 2 to go, what I usually want is a caution, obviously, if I were the driver.
Yep.
But if I were around 2nd, 3rd place, I want it to stay green. I want to win this race. And us spectating here, we want it to stay green. We want to see the finish. We want to see if they go 3 wide, 2 wide, or whatever the heck here, trying to get the win. But I feel like it's going to be an exciting one here, Joe.
I do too. I mean, it has been a very, very thrilling of a race here at Talladega Super Speedway, folks, for the Sim500 Monday Night Money Winter Series. Right now, Jose Gonzalez, call him Speedy Gonzalez, and he is hoping he's got enough speed left in that number 26 truck to put it in victory lane here tonight at Talladega. And Don Roberts out of nowhere bringing it up there. Chad Cole, another one, and Mike Kelly, Ed Burrell. All these guys lingered around. They missed the big ones here tonight, and now up front, any one of those drivers could pull it off here tonight and win this thing.
You're absolutely right. And I believe Jose, he's probably led the most laps here tonight at Talladega. I believe Don has led a few. I don't know about Chad, but Mike Kelly sitting in 4th. Ed Burrell sitting in 5th. I don't think they've led a single lap, but only if they lead 1 lap, it has to be the last one. That's the only lap that matters here at Talladega. And they might have just taken the 2 to green, so it's going to be what? It's going to be about a 2-lap shootout here at Talladega.
Wow. Well, here's where you got to have the nerves of steel, basically, as a driver. And as a driver, Logan, what runs through your mind at this point? What are you thinking about?
I'm thinking about that checkered flag, man. I'm hoping, if I'm not the leader, I'm hoping that it stays green to the end. I'm hoping here that I'm on the inside line. If I'm in 3rd position, I'm in a good position. I want to be on that inside line. I want to try and get clear of 2nd position, try and get a good start. But if I'm sitting 5th or something, I want to be on the outside. I want to try and get the win. And because, again, that middle groove is the place to be, I feel like. Because it's been the dominant place all night long. You've gotten the most runs up there. It possibly has to work with more than 2 cars, though, is the thing. But I feel like the middle groove is going to get it done after they get up to speed. You got to get up to speed first. After turns 1 and 2 is when that outside will possibly come in.
Yeah, I totally agree with you on that one. It's definitely been that middle groove, high line, so to speak. But again, it only takes an inch to win it, and I think that's what we're going to see. If they don't kill each other getting to the line first, I think it's going to be inches there. We've already seen them. They're not scared to take it 3 and 4 wide here, so I don't think that's out of the books. As Jose Gonzalez knows, if you're the leader at this point, me personally, I would rather be second or third on a restart like this. As the leader, you're almost, that's just my feeling, you're almost like a sitting duck sitting up there, because there's not a lot you can do, but as the guys behind you, they could use the draft to their advantage.
Oh, you're absolutely right. If I'm the leader here, I'm gonna try and block the other guys who, have big runs. Just hopefully I don't get wrecked, but that's what you gotta do as a leader. That's pretty much it. But if you're second, third place, and the leader's way out in front, Jose he can't get a good jump. He can't. The guys have to be on his bumper, because there's gonna be nowhere. There's gonna be nowhere for him to go if he's way out in front and these guys get a massive run, because they're just gonna probably try and juke him, if anything, and get the lead away.
And I agree with you on that one. He definitely don't want to jump out there, get too far, and let these guys just run him down, because they'll run right by him or run right through him. The thing is, though, the 87 Don Roberts still got that front end damage. That might hinder him, might play into the hands of Jose Gonzalez, who has the aid of Chad Cole going to be down on the inside there helping him along. Now, that might slow up Mike Kelly, and then again, it might not. But, hey, again, we did see the 87 of Don earlier on with that damage hold his own, tooth and nail, along with Jose and all them up front.
Yeah, absolutely right. And what you said about Don's damage on the front end, it hasn't affected him all race, but it could getting up to speed. If I were the 8 of Chad Cole, here's my prediction. Chad Cole is going to get clear of the 87. He's going to hop to the outside, grab the lead, and possibly get the win. That's my prediction. Here,
right,
what will
deal.
happen? That's my prediction.
All right.
I'm keeping it.
Hey, you know what? And that's why I was saying I kind of like being in third place, because of a move just like that. Well, and guess what, Logan? Lights off on the pace car. It's in turn 3.
Oh, they're back on.
Oh, what happened?
They delayed the green. Someone delayed the green. It's going to be a one-lap shootout now.
Oh, wow. Man, this just makes your anxiety level just go through the roof.
Let's see. I think what delayed the green, the 9 car of Bobby Wetzel or the 51 of Justin Fuller, they slowed down enough to delay the green, and they're gonna do one more pace lap, just one more. Another 2.5 minutes, but there's only one good thing. It'll stay green till the end.
Yep, that is true.
We're gonna see the finish.
That is right, and it's going to be a wild one, because it takes about a lap for these things to get up to the point. And exactly what you just said a little bit ago we talked about the damage of the 87 of Don Roberts there. Can that damage affect him getting up to speed enough to let Chad Cole get to the outside of Jose Gonzalez? Now, if you're Jose, do you opt? Absolutely. If you see that 87 back out and you get in front of him, do you block for everything you got, or split those trucks? We've seen it in real NASCAR. Guys get up front, they go high, low, and all over the place. They're trying to block the draft. What do you do as the leader when you see that behind you?
Just block whatever lane is fastest. That's what I would be doing, but I'm not sure, because it's only a one-lap shootout. So I think what's going to happen is that outside line it's going to take about half a lap or so to get up to speed. I believe entering turn 3. So we'll see what happens up there. But if anything, the pass for the win, if it isn't Jose Gonzalez, the pass for the win is probably going to be off of turn number 4, I feel like, unless the 8 of Chad Cole can get a run down the back straightaway, and if he's clear, he can hop up to the outside in front of Don Roberts and try and get side by side with Jose Gonzalez.
Christopher, basically just one of these long green flags. Talladega, 65 mile an hour just takes so long. But hey, we're going to get a one-lap shootout here. When they cross that line, the pace car jumps in the pit road. It's going to be one to go. The white flag will fly. So hang on to it. Again, could we see one of these trucks get moved out of the way? We won't know, but we definitely will know here shortly as pace cars coming out of turn 4. All our answers are about to get answered. All our questions, are about to get answered here shortly, Logan. I mean, we talked it up, and it's going to be awesome right here. As pace car slowly but surely, and in the back of the leader's mind, he's got a lot of time to sit here and think about this one. As pace cars in, here we go for the final time tonight at Talladega for the Sim500. And man, I tell you what, the two trucks up front didn't waste no time. Chad Cole is hooked to the back end of Jose Gonzalez. They get a good jump as they head into turn 1. Now, is this smart? They are way out front of the field.
Jose must have told Chad to go on pace car or counted him down or something, because they both went at the same exact time. Don Roberts is the one out here. He's probably disappointed right now as they're way in front of the field. Here comes the two, Mike Kelly along with Jimmy North. They have a massive run down the back straightaway heading into turn 3.
Yes, they do. Turn 3 for the final time here tonight. Mike Kelly's on a run on the outside. Jimmy North's going along with him. Jose Gonzalez, not enough time to block. I've had a feeling they were too far out. 3 trucks up high. They'll come out of turn 4 for the last time through the tri-oval here, Logan. It's going to be a drag race to the line. Actually looks like Mike Kelly's going to pull this off 3 wide. Who's going to have
Jimmy
it?
North. Oh, he has a run. Who's it going to be at the line? It's going to be Jimmy. I think Jimmy got it.
What?
Jimmy North, 3/1000. That's the finish that we were hoping for. He led 1 lap all night long, and he will take the win here at Talladega. Mike Kelly also did not lead 1 single lap. Like I said, under the caution, like I said, 1 lap. That's all that matters is 1 lap.
Well, let's go back and relive it. Let's go back here one more time. Let the fans out there see what it looked like as they come across out of turn 4 here. 3 wide out of the tri-oval. As you saw it, Jose Gonzalez, well, we knew it. Chad went all the way to the apron. Got turned. Chad Coleman right there. Cole behind him. 3 wide. Jimmy North, he was mere inches in front of him. It took that victory. Wow, folks. Logan, that was just wow. That's all I can say. It's just wow.
Yeah, Mike Kelly here, he got a little left out there in the tri-oval, and he had no help from behind. And Jose, he tried merging back onto the track and just got loose and out of control for him. And Jimmy North had help from the 68 car of Scott Simley, and he will barely take the win here at Talladega. Just what a race. That's the finish that we were hoping for all night, Joe, and we got it.
No doubt. Definitely had to go back and show a few different angles of that finish there, because going through live sometimes it doesn't catch them all. But wow, I mean, we catch our breath up here on that one. Those guys came out of the turn. Jose Gonzalez was the man all night long, did everything he could, but Jimmy North pulling this one out. And I even got to go on, I'm going to have to go on my results here just to see who came in second. Mike Kelly pulling off second place. Scott Simley, are you kidding me? And third. Didn't talk about him most of the night. Well, he's definitely smiling now, ain't he, Logan?
Oh, that he is. A top 3 podium after running mid-pack all night. Oh, I'd be smiling all night. And just what an amazing finish here. Just, again, 1 lap. And I knew on that restart, once Jose and Chad got out in front way ahead of those guys behind them, they were going to get a massive run, and that's what happened. Jose tried to come up and block, but Mike just was too quick entering turn 3, and he got the run off of turn number 4 and got clear of him, and Jimmy North hopped up to the outside and got the win by 3/1000.
Yes, he did. Well, let's bring up the 3rd place man here. That actually was Scott Simley. I'll let you get a talk in with him. He's here.
Oh, Scott Simley and Logan Clampett up in the booth. You got a copy?
What's going on, Logan?
Scott, you ran about mid-pack all race long, and then at the very end there, you were pushing Jimmy North up to the win. How was your race? What went through your mind there as the green flag there was delayed by some guys in the back there? What was going through your mind here on the one lap shootout? What were you gonna do? What was going through your mind down the back straightaway? Just take us through that whole last lap.
Yeah, when we had to make that extra lap there, I wasn't sure what brought that out, but I just knew then, obviously, we weren't even going to barely get up to speed. So just overheard through the grapevine that Jose was probably going to go early. I told Jimmy I was going with him. And then obviously Mike's in the channel too. So just going to stick in line and push. And it was looking good, or a lot better that we were going to maybe squeeze out and do 1, 2, 3 there. So, which was good. Got to thank Turn 1 Hero guys for sticking it out all night, and we just tried to, I just want to make the chase, and we just wanted to play it safe tonight, and that's what we did. We just kind of wanted to stay out of the wrecks and keep it clean and just be there in the end, and by God, that's what we had, and we had enough to get a top 3, and we'll take it.
Yeah, that was the race. That was the key to survive all race long and be there at the end. And that's pretty much what you and some of the other guys did, and it really just paid off for you guys. Good job, Scott, on that podium finish, and we'll see ya.
Yeah, it's good. We'll take her going into next week.
Thank you, Scott.
All right, we'll tell you what, that's Scott Simley right there. Come Scott Smiley. Definitely, man, smiling it up. Well, let's get to talking with the second place man here tonight. Mike Kelly, who came within mere inches of pulling this victory off, and a wild one to the line, 3 wide here.
Mike Kelly, you got a copy?
Gotcha.
Mike, it looks like you stayed out of trouble all night long, and that was the key, was to survive the race. And that's what a few guys did, and that was the last lap that mattered, and you were so close. 3 1,000ths. What happened there? That last lap, I see that Jose and Chad got out to a big jump, and you and Jimmy just got a massive run there down the back, entering turn 3, and just what was going through your mind? What did you have to do there, entering the tri-oval, to try and hold off Jimmy?
Can you believe that, man? I don't even know what to say about that race. That's my strategy. I'll answer your question in a minute. That's a strategy I always do here, and I'm second in the points, and I wanted to just have a cushion going into next week to try to make sure that I was pretty much locked into the chase, and it went well, just like it does a lot of the times in these types of races. And I usually find myself in this position a lot and get wrecked there. Like I did earlier in the season at Daytona, had almost the same thing happen and got wrecked on the last restart. And talked to Jimmy a little bit there. I knew that the 87 truck had some damage. And Jimmy, and then of course Scott's my teammate, so we were going to try to line up on the top, and it went green, and the 87 got a gap and went down into the hole and made the plan come right into play. And I said, I think we got this thing won as long as I don't get wrecked getting pushed. And Jimmy did a great job pushing, and coming out of 4, I thought the race was all mine, and they got together down there on the inside, and I said, this thing's all mine, and I moved down, and Jimmy had somebody pushing him, and he did a hell of a job, and he nipped me at the line, and that was a hell of a race. Congrats to Jimmy.
Now, do you think if Jose wouldn't have gotten loose merging back onto the track, do you think if he would have gotten to your bumper, do you think you could have won that race there coming across the start-finish line?
Yeah, absolutely. I got left out there with no help, and I think 3,000ths, I'm sure if I could have just cut down in front of him and had a little bit of draft from him, I probably would have got it, but that's the way it went, and they got loose and went down on the apron, and Jimmy had help, and that was all she wrote. but I was glad to see Jimmy win it.
That is correct. And just congratulations on your second place. I'm not sure if you're locked into the chase or not, but again, like you said, you're second in points. You just wanted a clean race. That's what you did. And you come out with a second place finish. Anyone you want to thank here, Mike?
Yeah, definitely my teammates. They're so critical here. And we had a strategy, and it was working well. Unfortunately, I got lucky there too with that wreck on the backstretch. That almost took me and Bobby out. But so thanks to them for doing a great job, and thanks to IKS and Sarah Kelly and Sewell for backing me. Tonka. And as always, you guys really enjoy watching your broadcast. I'm definitely going to go watch it now because it's going to be a good one to watch. And special thanks to Sim500 and all the admins. It's a lot. I've helped admin. It's a lot of work, and they put the work in and run a heck of a league and do a great job. So thanks to those guys, and we'll see you next week at Richmond.
Again, congratulations, Mike, on your second place finish. We'll see you next week.
Thank you very much.
All right, Logan right there. Happy guy, man. That's the Mike Kelly pulling it off by mere inches. Well, I'm going to scoot off down here in the victory lane. I know another happy guy here who just merely pulled this thing off. Like you said, he led one lap, and that was the most important one, the very last lap. Jimmy North. Jimmy North, Joe White in the booth. Got a copy?
Yeah, I'm here, boys.
I tell you what, you got to be smiling, grinning ear to ear. Coming out of turn 4, what was going through your mind on that last lap and that last restart?
To tell you the truth, I can't remember. This is just so awesome to finally get a win here at Sim500.
Absolutely.
It was it's strange how it worked out. I saw the 26 and the 8 get out a little bit. They got a little bit of a quicker restart, and then had a channel switch over to the 2. And I think the 68 has got similarly that, we were planning on staying in line. But I didn't know Mike was going to go down to the bottom, so I figured, well, looks like about a second place finish. And then everybody's hollering that I won the race. So I'm like looking at the stats on the leaderboard there, and I couldn't believe it. We pulled it off by, was it 3,000ths of a second?
Mm-hmm. Very close. Me and Logan was up here jumping up and down, screaming too, coming out of turn 4. It was an awesome finish, 3 wide. Had to go back and let the viewers see that one several different times. Awesome thing there. And also, I think he led one lap, and that was the last lap, the main one here, to pull it off at Talladega Super Speedway for the Sim500 Monday Night Money Winter Series. How's that sound?
That's all it takes. There's a lot of Cup drivers have won a race that way and have lost races that way. And to come out here in the Truck Series tonight, we didn't have an expectation with a big field. When you're going up against guys like Malik Ray, Chad Coleman, Mike Kelly, and a lot of other fast guys out here, it's awesome to finally put this 84 truck into victory lane here at Sim500.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely agree with you. Well, hey, with that note, again, congratulations for pulling it off. Got anybody out there you want to thank?
Yeah, I want to thank all you guys here at Online Sim Racing Network and for doing all the broadcasts and the awesome commentating that you do. I want to thank Joe Hudson, Chad Cole, Joey Gattina, Casey Duncan, even Jose. It's just a good group of guys here. And it's awesome. It's just bittersweet. We're probably not going to sleep tonight.
Absolutely not. Party at Jimmy's house, man, all night long because he's the winner here at Talladega tonight. Again, congratulations, Jimmy North.
Thank you, guys. Woo! Can't believe it.
All right, well, tell you what, Logan, that is one happy guy right there putting it in victory lane. Well, we saw it all here tonight. 4 wide, 3 wide, nose to tail, big ones in the wreck here, and a thriller of a finish. You got any final thoughts, Logan?
Well, not really any thoughts, but I'd just like to thank you for letting me cover Harry here, and just want to race I was glad it was Talladega, man, because that was an exciting race. It was just 3-wide action, battle for lead almost every single lap, and I just can't believe it. And it all came down to the finish, which was the finish that we were both hoping for, and it came down to 3/1000ths of a second. And Jimmy North took it, who we talked to earlier in the race too. When you look at that, some good luck for him. So again, just thank you for letting me join you here tonight.
Yeah, unbelievable too. Like you just said, wow, I'm still reeling from this one. And hey, not a problem. Did a fantastic job up in the booth. I appreciate you and the short notice coming up here and helping commentate here. Well, folks, that's it here. Sim500 Monday Night Money Winter Series here. Talladega winner tonight, Jimmy North, and a thriller here out of turn 4, 3 wide, 3/1000ths of a second to the line. Those guys were right there at it. Well, I hope everybody enjoyed that. And until next time, everyone, hey, want to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving, and everyone have a good night.